Hello everybody, my name is Emily and I'm so excited to be making videos again. It has been a couple of years, but I was scrolling through my YouTube and I was just like, this is something I want to get back into. I love reading, I love talking about books, so I'm gonna give this another try. With that being said, I'm gonna jump into the books I've recently pre-ordered, aka my most anticipated releases. So Mom, if you're watching this, I had a gift card. I can explain. There's really no particular order. I'm just going through my list. The first book I have on my list is A Kingdom of the Curse by Kerri Maniscalco. This is the sequel to The Kingdom of the Wicked. It's going to be released on October 5th. And it follows our main character. Her name is Amelia, and her twin are witches. And growing up, her grandmother kind of told them stories about all the demons to kind of avoid. Then one day, Amelia goes out to find her twin, only to find her brutally murdered, which sends her off on this hunt to figure out who did it, why, and to get revenge for her sister. And this leads her to meeting Wrath, who is one of the princes of hell and one of the people that her grandmother told her to avoid at all costs. And so we kind of followed them as they try to figure out who killed Amelia's sister, why, and what is happening to hell. I am a huge Kerri Maniscalco fan. I loved her Stalking Jack the Ripper series. Audrey Rose and Thomas Cresswell stole my heart. I love the banter between them. I love the writing style and just how much she has improved over those books. I have no doubt that I'm gonna love the series, and yes, I have not read the first one and I did pre-order the second book, but I do want to binge the series in Halloween time because it kind of really does give me Halloween vibes. So I will be reading this really soon. So the next book is King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett and it will be released on November 30th. So the basic synopsis of this book is, in order to end a years-long war, Isolde is set to marry King Adrian, who is a vampire. So her ultimate goal is to kill Adrian, but after a failed attempt, he threatens to turn her into something she hates, which is a vampire, if she tries to kill him again. So this book basically, from what I understand, is going to follow Isolde as she continues to try to defy King Adrian, navigate this vampire court, and figure out why he picked her as his wife. And I'm just so excited. Let me break this down. There's a lot going for this book that I'm really excited about that just truly appeals to what I love as a reader. The first, vampires. I'm a huge Twilight fan. It all started with Twilight. And romance, don't get me started. I love a good vampire romance books, and for this to add the razzle dazzle of it being royalty, arranged marriage, so this is kind of telling me that there's gonna be this enemies to lovers, royal vampire trope. So I'm all in it. I am just ready. Once this book is in my hands, just leave me alone. I have read a couple of St. Clair's books. She's really popular right now with her A Touch of Darkness series, and if you're not familiar with that one, it is basically Hades and Persephone, their tale, they're the main characters, but it's happening in the modern world, which I love. Hades and Persephone is truly my favorite. Okay, so the next book I have is The War of Two Queens by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So this book comes out March of 2022. This is book 4 of the From Blood and Ash series, and there's just so much that goes on with this book that I don't want to spoil it. If you're on TikTok, then I'm positive you have heard of this book. The next book I have is Courts by Tracy Wolff. This is the 4th and final book of the Crave series, and it will be released, I'm looking at right now, on November 9th. Did not like the first book at first. I thought it was super cringy, and all I could think about was how this was similar to a Wattpad novel. There was like this very cringy dialogue. The book series is written in our main character Grace's point of view. She would talk as if she was texting with the FMLs, WTFs, LOL, like she would think that, and there was no verbal dialogue. And so I listened to the audiobook and I was actually cringing. And when she does have text conversations, oh my gosh, she would be like, eye roll emoji. And I died a little. And for me, I love the characters. I love the ridiculousness about it. It's such a light, easy read, but it was so much fun. Like, it was so much fun, and I'm so excited for the last book to come out. And that leaves us with our last book that I have pre-ordered, and that is A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which comes out October 19th. And this is sort of a prequel to the, so she recommends reading the first 3 books, A Leaf from Blood and Ash, this book, and then the 4th book, A Leaf from Blood and Ash, if that makes sense. So go by publication. But this follows the main character. Her name is Sarah, and like long before she was born, an agreement with her ancestors were made that she will marry the Primal of Death, and I think that's like the Prince of Death. I don't really know. I'm not fully sure what this book is about. All I know is that I gotta read it to read the next book. So I'm gonna read it. Because she is destined to marry this dude, she has to become the maiden, which if you've read the From Blood and Ash series, you know that kind of plays a very big role in the whole series. And she also somehow becomes like an assassin. I don't really know. All I know is that Jennifer L. Armentrout said that this series is like loosely based off of Hades and Persephone, but not in the way you may think. So I'm excited. All I know is that I'm excited. That is all I have for this video. Let me know what books you've recently pre-ordered, what books you're anticipating, and things like that. I would love to know. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.